Can geometry's rectangles trick your eyes with illusions? Have you ever looked at a rectangle and felt like it was playing tricks on your eyes? You are not alone. Rectangles, like many shapes, can create fascinating optical illusions that can confuse our perception. Let's break down how this happens. First, a rectangle is a two-dimensional shape known as a quadrilateral. It has four right angles and opposite sides that are equal in length. This simple definition gives rectangles predictable properties. However, when rectangles are arranged in certain ways, they can create illusions that distort how we see them. One popular example is the Café Wall illusion. In this illusion, alternating dark and light rectangular tiles are arranged in offset rows. This clever setup makes straight horizontal lines appear sloped or wavy, even though they are perfectly straight. This happens because our brain processes the contrasting edges and alignment cues, leading us to see something that isn't there. Another interesting illusion involves manipulating the length of the sides of rectangles. Sometimes, the orientation of lines within or around the rectangle can trick our minds into thinking one side is longer or shorter than it actually is. A classic example of this is the Müller-Lyer illusion, where arrow-like ends can affect how we perceive the length of a line. Rectangles can also be part of more complex illusions. For instance, when rectangles overlap or nest with specific shading, they can create the illusion of three-dimensional cubes or shapes that seem impossible. This can trick our eyes into seeing depth or forms that do not exist in reality. Understanding these illusions reveals how our visual system interprets shapes, sizes, and angles. While rectangles have fixed mathematical definitions, our perception can be influenced by surrounding visual information. This leads to some truly captivating visual effects. In practical terms, artists and designers often use these illusions to demonstrate principles of geometry and perception. They highlight how context and visual cues shape our understanding of shapes and space. So, can rectangles really trick your eyes? Absolutely. They can create optical illusions that make straight lines appear curved or equal sides seem unequal. This fascinating interplay between geometry and perception is a key part of studying shapes and their properties.